Hello and welcome to Slow Blinks TV. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Charles.
And today we're talking about...
Kolchak, the Night Stalker.
Slow Blinks. Let's talk a little bit about Kolchak.
Kolchak, I have probably talked about this show before on Slow Blinks. I've been wanting to talk about it. I love Kolchak, the Night Stalker. It is a 1970s paranormal investigation show.
So the series we're going to talk about is in 1974. It stars Darren McGavin, whom you may know from
Christmas Story. He's the dad in Christmas Story.
It's a major award.
Fragile. It must be Italian.
Well, I think that says fragile, honey.
Oh, yeah.
The other actor that is carried through all of the made-for-TV movies and the series, as well as Darren McGavin, is Simon Oakland, who plays his editor-in-chief, Tony Vincenzo, who I think is great.
I think he's a good foil for a lot of Kolchak's nonsense.
Yes, he is very down-to-earth. Carl Kolchak, he is an investigative reporter for the independent news service based out of Chicago. They're like an independent newswire. It's not a real newswire
association, just so you know, if you look it up. So he covers some gruesome things, and he often covers paranormal things.
The main premise of the first TV movie is that he investigates a series of serial killings. Turns out that the killer is a vampire. Chris Carter, creator of The X-Files, has said that this is one of the primary inspirations for The X-Files, and Darren McGavin appears multiple times.
Let's talk about the episode. You picked it out. What is it?
I picked the Spanish Moss Murders. I chose this one because I feel like it's archetypal. There's murders. Kolchak's investigating them. Turns out to be the supernatural thing. You get to see the whole city of Chicago as sort of a character in the show.
The city is a character?
Yeah. So anyway, I took a intro to film, is what I was trying to say.
So it opens with a very dirty Kolchak. It's like a tight shot. He's listening to a recording of himself talking about how the dreams of children are the scariest things on earth. Oh yeah, I had this one about my dad turning into a praying mantis.
I had a dream where I went out to the little outbuilding when we lived out in the middle of nowhere, and then spiders burst out of the dirt and climbed up my whole body, and I was covered in spiders.
I love the intro. It starts out with just him whistling, and he's in beautiful cinematic lighting in his office, and you see him start to type out a story, and we see the music
very noir,
sort of intensify.
I don't remember who the composer is. I'll put it in right here. Yeah, the theme is iconic. It's very simple, and it's really good, and I watch it every time. We jump to a scene where we're in a laboratory environment. There is a person sleeping. They're hooked up to a bunch of monitors, and the woman...
It really sounded like he said coked up to a bunch of monitors.
He's not coked up yet. In fact, he doesn't get coked up. He gets injected with a different medication. There's a woman who is taking data from him, and she bumps into him and almost wakes him up.
Michelle was rushing because she was anxious to spend the long 4th of July weekend with her family. The family did gather, not for a barbecue, but for a funeral.
There is a weird narration, a little bit of writing from Kolchak that's happening over this.
Yeah, presumably he is narrating with his articles.
So he's driving around. He's supposed to go to the dentist. And the scenery is beautiful. You really feel 70s Chicago.
He's a very cool car.
Yes.
It's a Mustang.
It's a Mustang convertible, thank you. It's supposed to be like a beater.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be sort of like a Columbo style, it's kind of but it's a beautiful car.
It is beautiful. And similar to Columbo, I think his outfit is supposed to indicate that he's not with the times.
He's got seersucker pants and a white linen jacket, and then pork pie hat, black knit tie.
Very cool.
All of it's very iconic. There's been a murder at a French restaurant. Do you remember the name of the restaurant?
Chez Voltaire.
Chez Voltaire.
And their chef was put on a level with Debussy and Gauguin. But now he'd been murdered, and he looked just as dead as any short-order cook in any greasy spoon.
He sees the police sort of picking something green off of the dead body.
Yes.
And we get to meet...
The captain.
Yes, Captain...
Siska.
The first time I heard this, I really thought it was Cisco.
Yes.
And I was like, another Captain Cisco! And I was so excited.
Played by Keenan Wynn.
So, both he and Darren McGavin also did Christmas movies. He is the voice of the Winter Warlock in Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Siska is, like, unusually nice to Kolchak when he comes in. He's like, you know the rules, Carl.
I mean, I've learned how to control my rage. So today, when I tell people something, I just say, I'm okay, you're okay.
He tells him, if you want to hear the name of the suspect, you're going to have to come down to the police precinct like all the other reporters.
And Kolchak makes a point that he's like, yeah, I got to the crime scene first, so I got that.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to try to get to the arraignment first, and he gets there way late.
The suspect is apparently like a fired pastry chef that almost got into like a knife fight or something.
But Kolchak is not convinced because he's like, no, that guy was crushed to death.
Come on now, Cisco. I saw that cook there. His chest looked like it had been massaged by a bulldozer. And what about that salad all over him there? What was it, a vinaigrette or green goddess?
What salad? Hey, what are you talking about? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be off now.
He sort of breaks off from the pack and goes into a lab where a man named Paco is working. And he wants to get Paco out of the room. What does he tell him?
Yeah? Yeah, well, I was on my way home. And I saw a bunch of kids around your car, so I tried to chase them away. But before I could, they'd let all the air out of your tires. Well, I tried.
I don't understand why Kolchak actually had to let the air out of Paco's tires.
He is not above petty crime. He wants to see the file. He gets the name of the plant. It's in Latin. And then he also sees that it's connected to another case, a hit and run for a woman named Michelle Kelly. He goes back to his office and he finds out the dictionary does not list plants by their Latin name.
While Kolchak is investigating this, we cut away to another victim of the supernatural event. We have this hippie. He's smoking in the basement of like a hotel or something like that.
Back with Kolchak, he's driving in his car and he says that he tried 18 different Michelle Kellys till he found the right one.
I guess whichever one didn't answer the phone.
Yeah. Her landlady recommended talking to her employer, which is a sleep clinic.
So Kolchak goes to the sleep laboratory, the one we saw at the beginning of the episode. He meets the director of the sleep lab, who's like an Orson Welles of a man.
Oh, it's about time somebody wrote something about my work. I may be an MD, but I do know the value of PR.
Oh, I just bet you do, and I'm sure your work is terribly interesting. But I'm really here to talk about Michelle Kelly.
Oh, that name means nothing to me.
Michelle is the one who was hit by the car errand.
Didn't know her name, but knew she had no boyfriend or enemies, and also that she was incredibly clumsy. And I do like this moment where he's like, well, if she was such like a terrible employee, like, why did you keep her employed? And the Orson Welles guy is like, well, I'm a nice person. Like, the rules of the sleeping experiment are so confusing. The experiment is that they're going to keep him in a state of sleep where he cannot achieve REM and dream.
Yeah, well, he says that it's pure research and we'll find out the results when it's finished.
It's like, I don't know what this guy's actually trying to achieve with his sleep study.
He doesn't either. And the fact that anybody greenlit this is bananas.
It's bananas, yeah.
So after he talks to the Orson Welles of a man, he decides to go to the Botanic Gardens to try to figure out what the Latin name of that plant means.
What is it? Tillandsia
Sonoides. It's right straight ahead of you, and it'll tell you everything you want to know.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. Tillandsia. A Spanish moss. Oh, yeah, they say it's found in the Bayou country in Louisiana.
After that, he says that his office told him he had a call from the hospital. He meets an informant of his that has some interesting news for him.
Yeah, he's like an orderly that Kolchak pays off. And he tells him that they've had another person who's been killed in the same way, crushed to death.
Yes.
He's a hippie named like Bobby Ray Solange.
Mm-hmm.
So Kolchak goes to investigate where he was killed.
Yes.
Okay.
Which is the dirty old basement.
This is kind of a funny scene. I love seeing Kolchak undercover. In this one, he does the classic, like, Doctor Who, like, flash his wallet really quickly to be like, I'm a building inspector.
Because we've got all kinds of kids coming down here necking, smoking cocaine. Last Thanksgiving, we had a guy stab his girlfriend down here. Here? Last night, a hippie was crushed to death. Who are you?
Kolchak Health Department. What about the victim? You know anything about him?
He was a hippie. Carried a rotten sandwich in his guitar sack.
That's the kind, all right. Good guitar sack?
Hey, you don't suppose he was one of them street singers, do you?
But he's like, I'm going to go to the part of town where all the street musicians are.
Yeah, I can't even think, like, it's crazy that there's, like, one street.
Busker Row? Yeah, exactly.
So he goes there and is just sort of generally like, hey, if anybody has information on Bobby Ray Solange, I've got $10 here for you.
One of the musicians on this street is like, oh, I have information for you. He's from Louisiana. And then he takes his $10 and he gets in a cab and he immediately rides off to get studio time. But he does meet a helpful person. He meets a great character.
Named Pepe LaRue. But is that his name?
No, his name is
Morris Shapiro.
When you're my size and in my line of work, you gotta do the Pepe LaRue routine. The public expects it.
Yeah, well, that's very intriguing, Pepe. But do you know who killed Bobby Ray Solange?
Now, Solange is a nice kid, but his friend Langlois, you can keep. Come on, I'll show you where him and Bobby live.
You mean you think that Langlois killed Bobby Ray Solange?
Oh, Langlois has a real bad temper.
Louisianans, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of these poor Southerners migrated to Chicago. They were always talking about the bayous and the Philly gumbo and the Paramount Fade. They were always laughing about it, saying, watch out for Paramount Fade. Paramount Fade's gonna get you. That's their idea of a joke. Hicks, bumpkins.
Yeah. Listen, I've got to, Pepe.
Pepe's just gone.
Pepe's... So Kolchak pulls out his camera and sort of fires into the dark. So he rushes back to his darkroom. I have done darkroom photography. He does not wait long enough to turn on the light. That photo is ruined.
But luckily it's fine because it's television.
He takes the photo back to his desk.
But the editor-in-chief is practicing for his speech for the press club that evening. And we get to see a little bit more of the INS crew in this moment. Miss Emily does the puzzles. One of the other reporters is Ron.
Give me great.
Oh,
how many
here's a little beret. Where'd you get that?
There it is. There's what I'm looking for.
Well, come on if it's so important.
No, you go on ahead, Tony.
No, come on. Tell us about that little miniature hat you've got there. We all want to hear about it, Carl. Come on, tell us about it.
Well, this little man was telling me, giving me the entire scam about Langlois when suddenly he disappeared right in front of my very eyes. I think he was murdered, Tony, to silence him.
A little man disappeared.
Yeah, but that's
I wonder if I can go on with my speech. I wonder if I should go on with my speech.
Oh, yeah, of course you should.
He does manage to, like, sneak out while his chief is, like, getting back to practicing.
Kolchak goes back to the police station. The police have quietly released the pastry chef who was their original suspect. Kolchak goes to talk to the captain. The captain loses his mind at him.
You let the air out of the tire!
Me?
Yes, you!
Whatever happened, I'm okay, you're okay.
Well, to tell you the truth, you're not okay. And Paul Langlois? Well, we're way ahead of you on that, too. We tracked him down through Bobby Ray Solange.
Well, that's terrific. You got him. Now, what are you going to question him?
Got an ironclad alibi. He's being monitored 24 hours a day by people in those electric gizmos.
Kolchak goes to the sleep center again to talk to Orson Welles, and he's like, I know that you're just here to investigate Paul Langlois. The police have already been here.
Natalie, my pet, will you go get Danforth, please? I told you he's not being allowed to dream. That's why I hate talking to laymen. Look at the EEG. Steady delta.
Yeah, well, then why are all the buzzes going off like a racetrack tugboat?
We don't really know. It just happens occasionally. We'll find out at the conclusion of the experiment. Ah, Danforth.
Well, I thought Danforth was a doctor.
After he gets kicked out, we actually cut away to a beat cop. He, like, hears a noise and then pulls out his gun and tries to shoot at it, and it cuts away. And the next thing you hear is a police scanner asking for an ambulance. And Kolchak knows exactly what that means. There's been another victim.
So Kolchak goes to a recording studio. The guy he bribed earlier, he's there recording.
Yeah, well, what is Permalfay?
Permalfay's the boogeyman.
Now, just why do you call this Permalfay a boogeyman?
Permalfay's supposed to come from the upper bayou regions.
Yeah?
He's wet, he's covered with rot and Spanish moss.
And how do you get him?
You have to stick him with a stick from bayou gum.
All right, Kolchak goes back to the sleep center. He gets there, and Captain Siska is also there, and he is interrogating the lead scientist.
He wants him to wake up Paul immediately. He says he consents under duress, which is not consent. Kolchak brings out his theory.
His theory, he pulls out the records of the guy's sleep readings, and he manages to mark the time that all the murders were committed with spikes in the brain readings of the sleeping person.
And I just love how angry Captain Siska gets.
Yeah. He's like, and that's when he killed Pepe.
And a little guy named Maurice Shapiro were probably
Are you gonna bring
killed.
that little man of yours in here again?
Yeah.
Isn't it not the hell you came in through that door frothing at the mouth and screaming about swamp monsters and dreaming people to death?
Something is very wrong. I gave him twice the usual dosage of methamphetamine. He should be out of it. Well, if you don't wake him up, Doc, then somebody better start whittling a spear out of bayou gumwood, because according to legend, that's the only thing that's going to kill Permalfay. Well, all of his dreams and his nightmares are over.
I think at this point, Kolchak goes back to the INS office.
There's been a leak that a janitor is cleaning up. He's like, hey, Kolchak, you getting any?
His desk has water on it.
It's wet, yeah.
The chief comes back.
Yes, and Ron and then a couple other people we don't know, and they've been drinking and celebrating because the chief's speech went really well.
Went really well, and he got an award. And Ron is like
really
drunk. Yeah, he just like, but I love the way that they play him being drunk, where he's just very, very happy and then quiet, and then he just leaves. Kolchak finds Spanish moss inside his desk.
The Permalfay is not dead, and it's after me because he knows that I know how to kill it.
He breaks into the Botanic Gardens.
Luckily, they have Bayou Gum Tree.
He carves himself a spear out of Bayou Gum Tree. And then he goes full like Ghostbusters 2 and like goes to a place in the sewers and like opens a manhole and crawls down into the sewers. Back to the beginning of the episode.
Yes. It's panning out and you realize where he is. Doctor's office.
Doctor's office, that's right.
Because he is quite ill now from
submerging himself in
sewer water. Oh my god. And that's
he also
why
hasn't changed his clothes.
Now they don't show us the scene where he actually gets to talk to a doctor, but I think that this scene from Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah, we could just map that onto.
Is one for one.
This should stunt the algae growth. This should burn off your outer layer of skin, and these pills will gradually kill what's lodged in your urethra.
All right, well, that is Kolchak, the Night Stalker.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of other good episodes. Demon in Lace is great. Mr. Ring is a good episode.
I like that zombie one.
A lot of great people who are involved in the show. Like I said, I think Carolyn Jones is in an episode.
Nice. She was Mrs. Adams.
Dick Van Patten is in an episode.
Cara Burnett Show.
Yeah, Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale, who wrote Back to the Future together, wrote, I think, more than one episode.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, thank you so much for joining us. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Hello. Hello. What do you want to tell them about Kolchak?
He's just slow blinking at you.
He's like, I love you so much. Thank you for touching me. Okay, thank you for making an appearance.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.